There's something wrong, man. Why did I drive it away when the clutch brake wasn't working when I pulled out? I didn't think he put the clutch brake in until we went home and he sent us the fucking thing in the email.
Yeah.
The breakdown, and then it had clutch brake on there, and then I was like, what the f? I've never had trouble hitting 6th gear either. And now it's like it grinds every time. It just doesn't make any sense, man. Dumb, dude. You have to put it in 6th, pull it out of 6th, put it back in 6th. It's almost like it's not splitting the gears.
Yeah.
It's like when I flip this up, it's not engaging that or something.
But it was working before.
For what?
Because you said 10th was the problem.
9th and 10th has been fun.
Yeah.
6th blows away 9th and 10th with a problem now. Alright, so I think what's happening is when I split the gears and I try to go to 6th.
Traffic on your road.
Don't do it, you dumbass. Why would you pull over in front of me? Dumb ass. Normally what I do is when I get to 5th, I flip the flipper up, the gear splitter up. And then it's ready for when I go to put it in 6th. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to wait to get it in neutral before I flip it up, which is going to be weird because I never really do it like that. No. There it goes. It's not splitting the gears, I don't think. And me forcing it into 6th is forcing it to split the gears. $7,000 I spent. And when I told the guy, he asked me what it was doing, because I texted him, I'm like, hey man, where'd you get this transmission, because there's a problem? He's like, what's going on? I said, sometimes 6th gear doesn't really do anything. And that was like before I realized like what was going on. Like I have to pull it into 6th, pull it out of 6th, and put it back into 6th again for 6th gear to work. So basically I have to grind it into 6th gear, pull it out of 6th gear, and then it goes into 6th gear again smoothly and starts pulling, because it's like the transmission slipping the first time I put it in 6th. Anyways, I told him sometimes 6th gear doesn't do work, doesn't do anything. And it was happening just randomly. Now it's happening every single time. So now I'm getting to feel what I have to do to get this thing to work. But then I told him, I was like, also, my clutch brake has never worked. And he's like, oh, bummer. Yeah, bummer. Yeah. Oh, let me contact the transmission place. And that was like 3 hours ago, and he hasn't gotten back to me. I don't plan on taking my truck back to him. I plan on taking it to a place in Valdosta. What I'll probably have them do is, if it's just something like a simple, it's not splitting the gears issue, and it's something like they can fix it, it's like not really transmission related, I'll let them fix it. But if it has to go back to the transmission shop, I'll pay them to pull it out. I'll run it over, because I think this place is in Jacksonville. It's called Powertrain Incorporated. I'll pay the shop to pull it out. I'll run this transmission over. I don't know if they'll like rebuild this one or just give me another one that's rebuilt that I'm sure they have on the shelf ready or whatever. And then I can run back and then they can put the that's what they need to do. I don't need to wait around and wait on you to fix this one. I need you to give me one that's fixed, and then you can figure out what's wrong with that one later. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I don't know. There I go, saying I don't know again. All right, let's get off here. We are going to try to get away from these crazy cities like Baltimore and Washington. Try to get on the other side of them. And then we're going to look for somewhere to take a shower. We'll get us a shower, grab something to eat, and then continue driving. Because Oakdale, Pennsylvania has nothing. That's where we're headed. We're headed to United Rental in Oakdale. We'll probably end up sleeping at the United Rental place. That way we are ready to go first thing. So that's the plan. So we'll see you there.
Arriving at Travel Centers of America on the left.
Pennsylvania. Well, we've stopped at almost the first truck stop you can stop to get a shower. There was a Pilot and a Flying J, but the reviews are like, yeah, don't even stop here. So we didn't. Anyways, we're gonna get a shower here. We're gonna grab something to eat. For some reason, and I don't know why, but so what I did was flip this around. I started freaking out. I was like, okay, so if I lose sixth gear, can I go from fifth to seventh? So I tried to do that and failed. I failed miserably. I was just crying. I just could not float it into seventh. So the next time we stopped and started again, I went, right back to sixth, thinking it was gonna mess up, and now it's shifting perfectly. I have no idea. It's not grinding when I put it into sixth. I'm not having to put it in sixth and pull it out and put it back into sixth. But I called the transmission place and they're like, well, we're backed out 2 weeks. And I'm like, so what does that mean? Because I feel like you should have to, if you sell a product and you put a warranty on it and there's a problem on that product, you should warranty your work that you've sold already before you do any more work on more people's stuff. You know what I mean? Like, they shouldn't bump me to the back of the line, because it's like, I've already paid you for the transmission. You don't bump me to the back of the line because your transmission messed up. So they said I could bring the truck by. So I told them what I would do is, I'm going to drop the load in Tampa. We're going to drive home. We're going to drop this trailer off. Lita's gonna grab the Ford, and then I think this place is in Savannah, Georgia. I'll have to look it up. And then we're gonna go drop this off. But that was before the transmission started working better. So if they're 2 weeks out, I'm afraid I'll go drop my truck off, and then they will let my truck sit there for 2 weeks. So if my truck is gonna shift okay, I would rather set an appointment and be like, okay, if you're backed out 2 weeks, I need to be able to bring my truck and be in line at that time. So we'll see how the truck does. I still have to take it to get the clutch adjusted, because I don't know if you hear in the videos or if I edit the parts out, like putting it into gears, the clutch brake is doing absolutely nothing. It's so much worse than it was before, when I thought I didn't have a brake on there before. So anyways, Lita's gathering up our clothes. Looks like she just stuck the hose out the window for the air conditioner. I checked this, and those bolts have completely broke off on the bottom of that. Last time I talked to you guys about it, one side had broken off. That's why I threw the other strap on. Both sides are completely broke on it. So when I get home, I'm gonna have to put some real, because all they used was these cheap little sheet metal screws. So I'm gonna actually put some bolts and some washers on that, and then see how that does. So let me go grab a shower because I'm dirty. There's a Fat Butts, and see you guys later. Yeah, it's way over there. You can just see the nose of it, huh? This place is humongous, huh? Yeah. It's nice too. I got a pool room. It's a clean TA too. That shower was nice. I feel like $1 million.
All of it's clean. It's always like
Look at this. They got a pool room over here. They got some games over here. Half the stuff is closed because of nobody wants to work. Gateway General Store? I don't know what that means. Oh, that's what this place is called, huh? Oh, they got one of those punching machines.
pressing with this.
Oh, that was a Radio Shack. Good. Restrooms, TV lounge, human resources.
Professional drivers. Driver number 168, shower 1, is now available.
So that was the upstairs. This is the downstairs. They got a Dunkin' Donuts and an elevator, arcade room. All of this is closed because everybody's lazy and doesn't want to work. They're getting a government check. Arby's is open now. Huh? What else they got? Arcade room right here. Lita might have to get her butt kicked in some air hockey. Space Invade. Oh, they got another one of those punching games right there too.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how hard you can punch.
No.
No? Break your hand? Well, we are back at the truck now. I guess we ran out of time today. We've got, we've only got an hour and a half left on the clock, so we just decided to shut it down here. Looks like we've got 2 hours and 15 minutes to get there. It's only 6 o'clock at night. I didn't know that. I was thinking it was much later than that. Damn, I should have kept going. It was I think it was like $16 for a shower, and it was $18 to park. And they got a little desk here that you have to reserve your parking at. And I asked him, I was like, hey, can I use my points to pay for parking? He's like, oh yeah, just do it through the app. And he kind of walked me through. Ended up charging my card. I'm like, it's making me punch in my debit card information. He's like, oh yeah, you have to have that in there. It's like, okay. End up charging my card. I want to use my points because I don't pay for parking a lot. And I'd rather just get rid of the points, or else I'll forget about the points. Anyways, we're gonna stay here for the night. I walked back to the truck. Lita's grabbing some food. This is a really nice truck stop. I would say 80% of the parking is reserved parking though, which is, I mean, I can understand why these truck stops want you to pay to park. But on the other hand, it's like, man, you guys get our fuel money. I mean, maybe the fuel just isn't cutting it. I don't know. I know they mark everything up in the store, which is kind of aggravating. Like something simple that, like, it's like, well, you know, like I forgot my toothbrush once, so I had to buy a toothbrush, and it's like, you guys, I can get this same toothbrush for half the cost. But it's just like, it's like convenience, you know, like these Dollar Generals that are popping up everywhere. You know, people go there thinking, oh, it's a dollar store, so it's got to be cheap. But then you compare those prices to, you know, another store, and normally they're more, because it's a convenience for you to just run to that store rather than having to deal with, you know, Walmarts or Kmart's or I said Kmart. You might be old if you say Kmart. Target. What do we have left now? Walmart and Target? Is that our two options? I mean, I guess some places have Maynard's. We don't have Maynard's down in Georgia, at least South Georgia. Man, that's pretty much it. I think Maynard's is what I'm thinking of. It's like a Walmart, or is the Maynard's the hardware store one? I can't remember. Anyways, you guys probably know. So, anyways, I'll wait for Lita to bring me my food, and probably go to bed a little early tonight. And see you guys later. Good morning. So we woke up at 5, and Lita went and got us some Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts is open. Pretty exciting, huh? My bagel was terrible though.
Yeah, it wasn't toasted.
Absolutely gross. The iced coffee is decent though. So woke up at 5. We ended up leaving at like 5:30, and we jump on 70. 70's right there by that truck stop. And I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be a good day. We're gonna get these lifts off. We're gonna get the scaffolding on. We're gonna go home. It's gonna be great. And we jump on 70. I go to shift from
take exit 48 on the right
from
toward
5th gear to 6th gear.
28 south.
Won't go into 6th gear. I could not get it into 6th gear to save my life. Like, good thing it was so early that the roads were dead, because I tried getting it into 6th gear, and I would have to drop back down to 5th, speed back up again, and try to get into 6th gear again. Couldn't get it into 6th. So I tried to skip 6th and go to 7th. Can't get it in 7th. I can't remember if we actually ended up pulling over, and I started over again from a dead stop.
No, you just kept going.
I just kept going. Dropped back down again. 5th gear. Tried to get it in 6th. Couldn't get it in 6th.
Exit 48 on the right toward Pennsylvania 28 south.
Drop back down again. Try to put it in 7th. Finally, I get it to go into 7th. So, after yesterday, and the transmission started working, I was like, well, maybe I'll just go ahead and wait to take the truck in, since this company is trying to claim they're 2 months behind, or 2 weeks behind. I was like, I'll go ahead and set up an appointment and just be there for that appointment and go ahead and keep running. And well, that's a sharp little turn here, huh? After that, we have to take it in. I'm not even sure we can get home. I haven't tried. Actually, we stopped on the side of the road, and then we started out again, and I got it to go into 6 that time.
Be in any of the 4 right lanes.
So we need to be
then
over
keep
here.
right to Freeport Road.
Is this where it wants me? Sorry, we're going through a toll booth.
Keep right toward Pennsylvania 28
See,
South.
that's 6th gear there. Anyways, stopped. Got it to grind. It went into 6, but it did that thing where it didn't actually go into 6. Like I could give it gas, give it fuel, and it wouldn't go anywhere. So I pulled it out and put it back in, and it started going again. So what it seems like it's doing, what I think it's doing, is it's not actually splitting the gears. And when I do get it to grind and to go into 6th, and I pull it back out of 6th and put it back in 6th, that forces, I don't know how it works. I don't know how it splits, honestly. That forces it to split, and then it goes. Because technically, you should be able to go from 5th to 7th. Now, ideally, it wouldn't be the greatest because it's going to be it would bog the truck a little bit. But if you get your RPMs right, you should be able to get it going 7th, and it doesn't. So that's telling me it's not a 6th gear issue. I think it's like an air solenoid. Whatever this lever does when you flip to switch the gears, to split the gears, that's the issue, I think. Should I not have went through this light? Oh no, I'm gonna, okay. I just didn't want to block that intersection. All right, so that's the plan. Anyways, we're coming up into some traffic. I need to pay attention. We've got, GPS says about 45 more minutes to get there. It's taking us on a different route because it says that we were gonna have a 98-minute delay. So I let it go ahead and route me around, which is why I like using a GPS. Everybody's like, I don't use a GPS, I like to use a map. Well, you would be stuck in that 98-minute shutdown. See, that's 6th gear right there. So it's like once I get the gears split, I don't have a problem with it again until I drop back down again. So I don't know what that, oh wow, this is where we're gonna get to see if it's going to 28 south or 28 north.
Take the exit
south.
on the right to Pennsylvania 28 South toward Pittsburgh.
And then of course my clutch brake isn't working, so I have to sit here and grind it until it slows down, it goes into gear. If I catch it, I wasn't paying attention, but if I catch it and kind of start slowly pulling it down as I'm slowing down, it'll pop into gear because I'm rolling and it'll go into gear. But if I'm not paying attention like I was just now and forget the downshift, then, all right, so that's 3rd, 4th, 5th, split my gears, go to 6th. See, and then it doesn't do anything, so I have to pull it out, put it back in, and then it goes. So,
This is, no, it's not.
yeah. So, I don't know. I'm gonna have to tell this transmission shop, you guys fucked this up. You guys need to make it right, and not in 2 weeks. So, I better not be down another 2 weeks. We can't be down another 2 weeks, you know? So, all right.
Take the exit on the right.
We'll see you guys when we get there.
to Pennsylvania.
All right, we've arrived. Man, Pittsburgh is a nightmare. I do believe Pittsburgh is probably worse than Atlanta. Just with the bridges that you have to deal with and the merging traffic all the time and not knowing what lane you're supposed to be in, it is a complete nightmare. I do believe it's worse than Atlanta. So anyways, after many grinding, the transmission is going back to where I can get it into sixth, and I have to pull it out of sixth and put it back into sixth, which I'm okay with. I can do that until we get to the transmission shop, but not being able to get into sixth at all is a complete nightmare. So anyways, I got to get all this unstrapped and unchained, and we'll see what happens.
That one chewed on?
That's the my headset one.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why
Slung.
she's chewing
I don't
on
know.
these.
Fat Butts is chewing on one of my charger cords for some reason. Just that one. This is my brand new one. That's the new one I just bought that has the light on it.
Yeah,
She's never chewed on stuff.
I mean.
Wow, lately. She chewed up an iPad once. Man, they got a lot of stuff going on here. So, we've got 2 hours to get to our next pickup. Mason told me it was 60 miles. Who's texting me? Mason told me it was 60 miles. This is saying it's 100 miles. Of course, he uses Google. You can't really use Google, and that's the problem with some of these brokers too, is it figures out like the Google way, but if you're in a truck, you have to take the truck way.
A few moments later.
Fucking $7,000 for this transmission, and I can't get this to go into fucking gear. Bullshit.
In 3 3/4 miles, turn right on.
And then when I fucking text this guy and tell him this shit ain't fucking working, his answer is bummer. Fucking bummer. I got your fucking bummer, dude. Fuck you, Lee, and your shitty fucking shop. Fucking South Georgia truck and tire. You can suck a fat fuck. See, and then it does nothing, and then I take it out and put it back in, and then it jerks my fucking truck around. All right, this is what we've got so far. He's done stacking in the front here, but I think he's gonna do a double stack from from there back. So have one more stack on top of this. Unless this is it, because it looks like he's putting those 2 stacks together, unless he puts 2 more stacks on top of that. This has been the best forklift driver I've seen yet. I mean, he is like backing up. He'll go to the back of the trailer and sight down along the trailer. He's pulling out his tape measure. He's like, he cares about his job, and that's what I like to see, you know. This stuff is you know, you can haul some dangerous stuff around here if it's not loaded properly and strapped properly. So anyways, I'm gonna let him finish up and I'll show you what we got. That's what we got. Man, we used a lot of corner protectors on this. There is a lot. So this ended up being, they said 42,000 pounds. The broker said 40,000 pounds. I'm not gonna kick and scream about 2,000 pounds. So this is what we got. Lots of aluminum. So this is some type of a scaffolding. He said that they use this for like pouring concrete and stuff like that. So it's some pretty heavy duty stuff, and they put these plastic blocks through here, and then they run down through here with self tappers to keep that plastic block in there, and I guess that gives it added strength too. Pretty slick. He said he's heard people build like walls and stuff out of these things. I'm like, dang, out of aluminum? I mean, this has got to be some expensive stuff, especially right now. All right, so we're done. I just have to chain down these 4x4s on the front. I should get my bar back out so I can tighten it down better. And we'll be good to go. Maybe we can find a little partial to go in there. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't bother with that. All right, let me get these chains strapped, and we'll see you on the road. Well, we made it to Princeton, West Virginia. We are at a Wally World. No, Walmart doesn't pay me. I don't know why. There's a few I don't even know if they're subscribers wanting to know how much Walmart pays me to talk about Walmart. They don't pay me shit. We had a Love's punched in, but we hit a whole bunch of construction on the way here that ended up putting us, we're gonna be about 11 minutes late. And I was just gonna pop it into PC, but then we seen that there was a Walmart at this exit, so I was like, you know what, let's just go to Walmart. We can we're running low on waters and a few other essentials for the truck. I'm like, let's just do that. And then they've got all kinds of different restaurants around here. As you can see, there's a West Virginia welcome center there, rest area, that does not allow trucks, so that's a big no-no. But yeah, this is where we're parked. I just put out, flip this around. I just launched the video where I gave you guys the teaser of the truck breaking down. And a lot of people are like, oh, I bet you missed that hot shot, huh? Or they're like, oh, you need a different truck. I see all types of trucks broke down. Every single type of truck. From Freightliner to Peterbilt to everything. Everything breaks down. Everything, basically, no matter what truck I get, it's going to break down. And some of you will never be happy with whatever truck I get. If I buy a Freightliner, it will break down, because I'm telling you, that's my luck. It could be brand new off the showroom floor. It will break down, and you guys will accuse me of it breaking down because it's a Freightliner and I should have bought a Kenworth. Or if I buy a Kenworth, you guys are going to be like, oh, why didn't you get the Peterbilt? Or, oh, you got a Peterbilt, why didn't you get the Cummins in it? Oh, you got the Cummins, you should have got the cat motor. It's, you basically, you fucking people will never be happy with whatever I buy. Just sit back, either watch the channel and enjoy it, or don't. You know, I don't mind you guys giving me pointers, but telling me to go out and buy a brand new truck, I can't afford a brand new truck. I don't want to afford a brand new truck. Right now, the way that the world is going right now, there is no way I would go get a loan to go get a brand new truck. Dang, this battery's about to die already. So, man, no matter what happens. And the transmission problems that we're having is the PTO. Obviously, you guys that know that now, the PTO locked up, which everybody told me to keep on the truck that I wanted to take off. And everybody's like, no, keep the PTO on. Okay, I'm fine with that, whatever. But it's still an Eaton Fuller 10-speed. That transmission is in every single truck out there. Unless it's a 13 or an 18 or an automatic. The most common transmission is the Eaton Fuller 10-speed. So it doesn't matter what truck that thing's bolted onto. I would have had the same issue had I had that PTO on my truck. But I can't tell you guys that. Oh no, Robert doesn't want to listen to us and go out and get a brand new truck. Yeah, you're right. I tell you what, I'm going to start posting a PayPal link down in the bottom, and when it reaches the amount to go get a brand new truck, I'll let you guys pick whatever truck you want me to buy. You guys want me to buy a freaking pink truck with a big giant rubber wiener stuck to the hood? I'll do it. I don't care. Because I don't care what my truck looks like. As long as it's halfway professional and is reliable. But I bought this truck. This is what I could afford. I look at trucks now at the $1,500 or $15,000, and they've got like 1.5 million miles on it. Clapped out pieces of crap. This thing had 600,000 miles on it. Yeah, I mean it is what it is. It is what it is. I could have bought another truck and it could have broke down, and then you guys would have been talking crap about that. It is what it is. That's life. Life kicks you in the teeth. You either deal with it and move on, or you let life beat you and you go work at fucking McDonald's. So I'm not gonna let it beat me. I'm still happy I'm in a semi truck. I wish my truck wasn't breaking down as much as it is, but I'm still happy I'm in a semi truck. So anyways, my battery's fixing to die. Lita's got the AC going. I think we are going to take a walk and grab a bite to eat. Maybe Outback. She said the Outback has terrible reviews, so we'll have to take a look around and see what else there is. So I'll throw this thing on the charger and we'll see you guys later.